Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry for missing last week, but here I am. I'm hoping to catch up with you today. And also, let's talk about all these different things. How are you guys doing? Where are you guys tuning in from? I'm using my phone as a camera today, so probably it's looking better than usual. Yeah. I've missed these. Yeah, me too. DeSantis 2024. Cool. Oh, my microphone. Okay. Cool. Got a working time to watch. Yay! Ohio. Hey, all. Hello. Hello. Ohio. I wonder if you guys mean like you're from Ohio or saying that to sound like good morning in Japanese. Pennsylvania. You are from Ohio. Wow. That's great. A lot to talk about. Where do I start? First, I'll show you guys this article, which I don't think I've showed you before. Did I show you this already? Didn't. Exclusive Beijing Olympics boycott leader woke athlete silence on China shows double standards. Bam! That's my husband. On Breitbart. Yeah, I put the link in the description box, but I will put it here as well. Yeah, Ohio. Yep, so I might have. Yeah, this is about the Beijing Olympics, basically. And also, this refers to our national diet resolution and how that is going. Like, it didn't get approved the last term, so we are hoping to get it passed in the coming session. So it's talking about it too. And this is about, there's like a key Japanese, and it's referring to my husband. So give it a read when you can. Okay. Hello, Yoko. Who do you support in the current LDP race? I like Sanae Takaichi. Taro Kono seems to be liberal and not conservative at all. Love your work. Thank you. And I'm impressed that you understand the picture well. Yeah, I mean, I do like Kono, but as he was great as a what you call like a minister of, what is that, like foreign affairs. Yeah, he was really good at that. Like he was strongly against South Korea. Like he was able to stand for our country, but that work, he is like that in anything, and he does talk about tradition sometimes to get the votes from conservative, but he doesn't mean it, we know it. So yeah, it's our ruling party right now is having this election, like president race of our ruling party, LDP, Liberal Democratic Party, and there are these three faces, like this. I know this is such a small picture, but one of these will be the prime minister of Japan soon, and so Biden will be, talking to these people. So Kono, Takaichi, and Kishida. So he's very like dangerous. This one, I love her, and this one, he's like meh. But yeah, he's not the worst, but the last one. But anyway, yeah, I support Takaichi. She's conservative, true conservative, and she wants to do what former Prime Minister Abe couldn't finish. So even her economy policy is based on Abenomics. So yes, and what's important for us conservatives in Japan is that whether our new prime minister would protect our traditional values and system, meaning our emperor family and the fact that our emperor is like male dominant blood from the beginning, the very beginning. It's the same bloodline and it's like male dominant, it's a male line. And the liberal side wants to change it so that they can finish our history. So we are not going to do that. And this guy Kono, the he's in the cabinet right now, but this guy Kono, he doesn't care about that, and he can't tolerate for like a female emperor, like blood wise. So yeah, that's our concern. There are a lot of problems of him too, like environmental issues, and I don't know. Like I don't hear good things about him, even though he is so good at English. Like just Google or YouTube, search on YouTube like Taro Kono and look for any English conference, and he speaks perfect English. Like it's amazing. Like I've never heard any Japanese politician speak that well. Like for the first time I heard him, I thought that it was an American guy talking, and I'm like, it was my husband watching his video, and I was surprised, like, oh, it's him. Yeah, yes, the guy's leaving. Yes. So we are gonna have a national election soon as well. This is right now we are talking about the president of the LDP, but at the same time there will be the whole election coming up accordingly. Yeah, fellow night owl from Texas. Oh, cool! Yay! I want to go to Texas one day. Yoko Bright Bar needs to open a Japanese office. I know conservatives need help in Japan. Yeah, there was a there was a time that they wanted to reach out to Japan, and I was getting all these contacts, but it didn't happen because we don't have money, or uh, I don't know. I guess that they uh, prioritize the other places in Asia. Yep, 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 yep. What is the view of vaccine passports in Japan? The idea is not popular in America or Europe, but all thousands have been protesting it. Yeah. The thing about Japanese people is that I don't know, the majority just wants to end this not pandemic, but like this coronavirus like emergency state in Japan. We are currently under the declaration of state of emergency still. Like yeah, and so it's affecting our economy, our daily life, and people are fed up with that. And it's because of um, our current administration. Like our administration couldn't uh stop it, and all what ordinary Japanese people care about is the number of infected people. Like it doesn't matter if the person just has the virus, or tested positive, yeah, positive results are the only thing that Japanese people somehow care about, because our there's this special, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a special committee of doctors and so on, and they're working closely with our administration, and the special committee thing, they are pushing that we need to make the number of like tested positive people zero, which is impossible, but that's how we are brainwashed. So based on that, the Japanese people are measuring the work of our current administration, and therefore Suga administration is rated poorly, like of course, right? But so yeah, that's what's happening. And as for vaccine passports, I feel like the majority are getting vaccinated, And even though the media do take up all these voices that are against it, I don't know, like I can't tell, but a lot of people don't even reject the idea, I feel, because we want it to end, you know? I myself, by the way, I haven't get gotten vaccinated yet. I should, but I'm lazy. Um, but I don't think that like this type of like kind of a authoritarian type of like I mean like totalitarian kind of move is not gonna happen, I hope. Not sure. I feel like every like small business, or it doesn't have to be small, but every business people, they might decide by their own for their service. Yes. Hmm. No more build back better people, I hope. What do you mean? Wait. Hello, big fan. Oh, thank you. Nice to hear. It's 9/11. Do you have a memory to share on that fateful day? Where were you and what were you feeling after the towers were hit and collapsed? Great question. So when that happened, it was a night here. I was just hanging out like okay, my age was 16 years old. I was in the first grade of high school, and I was just awake at night because I'm night owl, and then my family just exclaimed, or like they made a noise like, oh my gosh, like something is happening, and they turned on the TV and they were watching TV, and I go there and I see all these towers, and somehow like there's this crash, and I was really confused. I was a teenager, like I had no idea what's going on, but I could see how serious it was. Something big is happening, but I couldn't tell what was happening. But later we found out all the hit, like the plane crashes and collapse and so on. It was just shocking. Yeah, and how many was it? Let's see. There was some number. Let me see. It's important. Let me check. There was a number. Japanese people were affected as well. Alright. What was that? What was the number? Oh yeah, here it is. Japanese people. 24 Japanese people were sacrificed in that terrorism, and among which one of the 24 people that were sacrificed was a guy, like a banker, who graduated from my high school. So there was a gathering soon after the the terrorism. Like we got together in the what you call like a gym place, and like a big hall, and we were told like one of our graduate died due to that terrorism. So it was enough. It was like it was something that you see on the news and you do feel away, but at the same time our people were affected and one of our graduate was affected. So I felt like this is something that is not like an American thing. Our people were affected, so I feel directly involved. And at the same time, this this is nothing to do with politics, but strangely enough, I had this like cell phone, like this type of like a burner type of cell phone today. But yeah, I had that, and we I that phone let us change the wallpaper, and somehow on the day before the terrorism, the day before that day, I changed the wallpaper to the World Trade Center. So like I didn't notice that right away, but later I found out like, oh my gosh, like weird, super weird. So, but yeah, that was my teenage days. And but anyway, so here is a front page of Sankei Shimbun, like our conservative leaning newspaper. So, the U.S. president, unity. Did he say unity? Unity is strength. I don't know why he said like his wording, but that's what it says here. And so, terrorism, 2 decades, appeal to his citizens and Biden. Yeah. Do you remember? I know it's not time to goof around, but I see the picture of him like here, like doing this. People are making fun of Trump doing this, but he's doing the same thing. Just saying. And so there is a picture of the commemoration as well. So it's our top news, you know. I don't know about other countries, but every time something big happens or some Memorial Day comes, Japanese people care so much about it, like as if we were American or something. Because America is really our best ally, you know, that we are protected by America, and even though Japan should be fighting together more, um, we lack in that. So especially conservative people here, we feel like we should do it more. So that's why we want to choose somebody from here that can do that. So it's our critical moment right now, I guess, with the ruling party election and so on. Yeah, what were you guys doing though on that day, 9/11? Can you, before I get to this, I inside of this newspaper, I read a part where um, it's been 2 decades, meaning that people that were born after the terrorism is they are now like 20 years old or younger, and it's crazy. Like like time flies so fast. It's so crazy when I think about it. Like they have no idea what it was like, the tense, crazy, like it was like the end of the world kind of, right? Like what did just happen, like there was this confusion and upset feelings and the death of people, and it was such a crazy time. And but people not only like 20s or younger, it's like I think that people in the 20s, they don't have memories, right? Like, because they were toddlers. And so yeah, it's interesting, or rather weird to think about it, that yeah. Okay, hey Yoko, what do you think about the emperor adopting a new hair from one of the former nobles? Oh, it's a good movement. Yeah, I hope I'm understanding right. Like when it comes to emperor family and so on, the expressions, like English expressions, are difficult. But yeah, the former nobles, I think I get it. Yeah, it's good. Like we need to shift back our system to how it was before, how before it was destroyed by what we call GHQ. Like you guys don't call us GHQ, like General Headquarter, or what does that stand for to begin with? GHQ. Does it have General Headquarters, Supreme Commander for Allied Powers? Yeah. So yeah, I want our tradition back. So if we can you know go near there, that would be great. What about the Moderna vaccine? Japan found with metal pieces in it. I hear that it did contain some pieces, but it's due to like when you do the shot or whatever it's called. There's some like rubber thing I don't know where, but somewhere in the injection thing. So it's not, what I heard is that there's a possibility, I don't know if it's true, but there's a possibility that the substance came from the thing instead of the vaccine itself, if you know what I mean. But yeah, people are scared of that. And I was impressed that I am friends with lots of gamers, right? Like very like young people, like teenagers and people in the 20s, and they are even familiar with this situation. So like they are gamers, they game all day long, and they are actually aware of the vaccine situations, and they do get, like they do go get vaccinated. So I was impressed by the young people. Takaichi was criticized in foreign media for visiting the Yasukuni Shrine. Yeah, I there's there's a good and bad about, showing the conservativeness when you fight in elections, because the media will instantly hate you. The mainstream media here want our like a female prime minister in Japan, right? They are trying their best to do that, but they don't want a conservative female prime minister. Like the next one is actually 100, like I can't pronounce. Yeah, the 100 uh, time prime minister. So it's pretty historical, and at the same time, if it becomes Takaichi, then yeah, she's a female, the first female ever, prime minister ever in Japan. So yeah, the media doesn't like it. It's so funny though. Like in like around noon, we have lots of shows, like a news based, but it's like entertainment at the same time. So like there are commentators, and people just chat in like while checking out the news and so on. And sometimes the guest speaker, one of the guest speakers is someone from the mainstream media, meaning like the left media. So, and one of the person actually said that, Takaichi is a female, but she will, like, I have a feeling that she will not do things for females. Like what a prejudice, right? Just because she's a conservative. But she did talk about, Takaichi talk about uh like, supporting the females who are suffering from like hormone imbalances, like probably after they end the female job, so that was great, you know okay. Oh, lots of comments, oh, let's check out the super chat first. Thank you for your super chat, mandatory carry. Keep fighting, build a get home bag. Oh, what is that, like a to evacuate? And remember that, what is that? It's coming. Iran created the coronavirus and framed China, and there are four allies. I don't know about the origin of the virus. I am familiar with that story, the Iran creating and so forth, but that's coming from Japan. I feel that it was, the story is based on the politics instead of the facts, you know and right now, our fight here in Japan or in Asia, we are fighting against China. So I don't know about Iran, to be honest, but China is involved. That's, like, you wrote it right there, so that's something that we have in common. So yeah, we gotta fight for that. Thank you always for your support. I really appreciate it. Oh, Star Trek. I'm not familiar with the Star Trek. Um, yeah, I do love lots of American TV shows though. Let's see. Canada election now too. Oh, really? Globalists all having their elections. Interesting. Germany too. What too as well, right? When is Germany election? I forget. What? Goodbye, Merkel. Right? When is that? September 26th. Yeah, September 26th. So this month, at the end of this month. Oh, whoa! Lots of change will come. Yeah, our leader changing, and the ones in Germany changing, and Canada too. When is Canada's election? Um, oh, September 20th. Man, we are all having elections. Crazy time. That's amazing though. That's fun. Yeah, we're gonna build the future. Wow, interesting. And Taiwan is next year, right? No, 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 no. 2024. So that's a little ahead. 2024, right? Yeah. Okay. And I gotta watch out for South Korea as well. Yoko, the Biden administration and Satanic Temple are targeting Texas who are fighting against abortion. It's pretty crazy. Huh. Interesting. Man. All this, like, what is that? Pro-choice people are crazy. Like I don't get it. Like as a female, I don't get all this abortion thing. Like before, I had no relation to babies before. Like when I used to be depressed, like heavily depressed. Okay, and uh, when I was depressed, I basically hated the roots of myself, like being Japanese, and that happened due to me hating the roots of our people in general. Like I hated Japanese people. I really didn't want to be Japanese, and that hatred turned into the hatred for human race. So I really hated human beings, and I remember feeling so dirty being surrounded by like all these hairs around my, like on my body. Like I have hairs, right? And I used to really hate, I do hate it, but it's not the same. Like I hated that because it reminds me that I'm a human. And also, so for that same reason, I used to shave almost all my eyebrows. And I wanted to become plastic. Like that's what I was seriously thinking. And around the time, I used to think like pregnant women were looking like aliens, and like we were predators, and I was all crazy. And at that time, of course, like yeah, like when I have, if I do, like there, if I happen to have a baby like by accident, and then yeah, I'm gonna have an abortion. Like I don't want kids in this world anymore. And I was so like angry and so on. But after I learned all these things in about history and politics, like I, like what you guys call like red pilled. After I got red pilled, I started to embrace all these beautiful things like nature, right? Like we are nature, and also I'm not Christian, but I do believe in all this like religious things or spiritual things. So, and I don't know if I should say, but I have been for a short period of time. I have become pregnant before, and when that happened, I had a miscarriage, and it was only like a 1 month long, and yeah, of course with my husband. But when that happened, I was so sad, like so freaking sad. Like you have no idea. And so I can't, like, as a woman, like, just remembering it, like, tears me up. Like, it was such a sad experience, and I can't believe that some people just push all this abortion thing. Like, it's just humanly impossible. It doesn't have to be about religions. Like, I just can't believe that they can do that. Yeah. Like, it's a different story if you are raped or something, but yeah, then things are different. But what's interesting though is that when you are physically, abused and so on, and then you have this natural instinct to protect yourself, and you start justifying what's happening to your life and your experience. So yeah, so what that means, I think, is that the all these people that are, pro-choice people, there something's wrong with them, in my opinion, honestly. Mm. Nobody should need a digital passport to go outside or go shopping. Yeah. I personally, I don't know about like a national level, but personally, I love freedom. So whatever restrict my behaviors or what you call, like what I do and so on, that will suck. Yeah. But then again, I'm stuck home all day long. So I don't know. I don't know, but have you followed the California governor recall election? No, I haven't. There was an election? Why? Do you or your husband support any clubs in the J League? You mean soccer? Oh, I'm not familiar. My husband, I don't, he does watch like the World Cup, but I don't think he watches sports in general. You would be an awesome guest on a YouTube channel called The Kringler Show. He's chill and would like to discuss someone like you. Really? The Kringler. I do want to collaborate with people. It's but I'm not too, you know, sophisticated. I don't know much, right? Like, I only know like how Japanese people think. So, huh. He is talking about Star Trek too. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we do need, like, people on our side need more shows, especially internationally. Like, when you keep talking about politics inside of your country only, then people can look at you weird or you're lacking common sense and that sort of things. But if you get rid of the borders and just, I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Like, if you can just, talk to each other in the world, that will open up your eyes or world, literally. So I really want to do that. And it's what's interesting is that even though I am a conservative and I'm on the right side, when it comes to the fight, especially the fight against CCP, the people that I'm friends with in the world are actually liberals, and they know that we are conservatives and we know that they are liberals, but we don't even care, and we agree on things and we go from there. To Yeah, it's the true unity, Biden. It's the true unity that we like. This is something that I was thinking about this morning, like, especially in the shower. That's what happens. But those who push diversity, they are the ones that are rejecting diversity, don't you think? They do push diversity, but they push the idea of diversity, and meaning that they exclude all these different ideas that don't get along with their ideology, right? So we are the ones, people on the right side, we don't stop people from thinking the way that others are thinking, and we just accept, like we just mind our own business, and we want to build our community, and we want to do it by our own, and that's diversity. Don't you think? That's something that I was thinking today. I should make a video about it in Japanese too. That some people, or it's not some, the majority are falling in the trap of political correctness, and so I need to wake up the people here more. It's awesome though. Like I have a gaming channel for those who don't know. It's all almost all in Japanese, but Random Yoko vlog. If you look for Random Yoko vlog, or I think I listed below too in the description box. But yeah, I talk to gamers, like young people, and I openly tell them that I'm a political activist. They have no idea what it is. Like they're gamers. They game all day long. They have no idea like how politics work, or what activists do. They don't know the term activists, but because they are friends with me, they resonate with me, like everything I say. So they just naturally side with me, and also you know what you call, like tell others about me, like the work that I do and so on. So it's spreading, so it's great. Yeah. Okay. See. Huh? I was coming out of gym class, and the janitor told us to get to a TV. When 9/11 happened. Oh, yeah, it was early for you guys, right? 8 was it 8:30 or so in New York? Candidates for prominence, yes. Oklahoma, yeah. You were in the first grade. Let us out of class early. I bet that it was like it must have been really traumatizing for people. It's interesting though that I've seen on TV before that um, like the those who that were kids at the time, they saw things on TV, right? And they got traumatized, so they're mixing up their own experience with what they saw on TV. So it's interesting how our memories work. But yeah, there are things like that too. So it's for little children or teenagers especially, all this like things can traumatize you too. うん僕の先生は名古屋に住んだ。いいですね。うん I remember my teacher running through the halls crying because her daughter was on a Boston L. Oh my gosh. That is super upsetting. Yeah, it's like it's something, especially coming from another country. It's something that you see on the news, but it's about the people there. So crazy. Oh man, it's like, oh, speaking of which, I watched this old movie, Rambo 3, last night with my husband. And I just saw the movie was great. It was like Call of Duty, which I play, but yeah, I play the mobile version, but it's like, and it was great. But what's ironic is that the movie, at the end of the movie Rambo 3, it said that they dedicate this movie to Afghanistan people, and the movie was about Rambo. That he was fighting, like he was on the side with Mujahideen, like the Muslim people, right? And they were fighting against the Soviet Union together. So the movie, so like they won. and the movie was made in the middle of the Cold War. So of course the Soviet Union is the bad guy and blah blah blah. But what's interesting is that they were on the same side, like Americans and Afghanistan people, like Muslim people, and in 30 years, I mean 13 years, 9/11 happened, and then today we are here in inside of, like, in this situation. So isn't it interesting how quickly things change? And also, like, it's like, even on the newspaper here it says like Asia, wait, here, like, pivot to Asia, and so shifting to America is shifting to Asia than the areas around there. So that's kind of good news. But at the same time, this newspaper points out too that um, Biden is, for example, is talking about how he's not doing well in Asia. Like, even in economy, this says that Trump administration, got away from TPP, but after that, Biden hasn't worked on the countries that were in the TPP after that, and so on. And this newspaper also points out the lack of presence in Japan, China, South Korea, Australia, Vietnam, and so on. Oh yeah, this is talking about, yeah, the ambassador. The Biden administration hasn't appointed the ambassadors to Japan, China, South Korea, Australia, Vietnam, and all these important countries. And so it's like, in the next 20 years, how is America going to fight the battle, like in the new battlefield? So this is such a good article, this front page article. Um, if you guys are curious, check out Japan Forward. Basically, this Sankei Shimbun's English version is Japan Forward. So, oh wait, super chat. Do I see super chat? Yay, Eric! Thank you, thank you always for your support. I miss you. Super busy with work. Do your best. Thank you. Wow, isn't that a lot of money? Oh my gosh. Thank you. I really appreciate it. This is what I do. I'm not doing enough, I feel, but yeah, I'm so grateful for your support. Like, you're working hard. This is what I do. That's cool. That's really cool. Thank you. Did I see? Okay, okay, okay. Oh, Yoshida-san, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for your super chat. Yes. It's a super sticker, so it doesn't say anything, but arigatou gozaimasu. Okay. I hope I'm not missing anything. Okay. Why do so many people in Japan commit suicide? Here in America, people commit suicide because there is a mental health crisis. Oh yeah, like, depressed people take pills and that make them even sicker. I've heard of that, but Japanese people, we are just so serious and we can't think outside of the box. So we trap ourselves in our own in our own thought process. So we think about the same thing over and over again. I'm just saying this out of my experience. But we're so serious. America is so gifted with comedy, and it's how the language is structured too. It's easier to, like English language is so good for storytelling, but Japanese, it's so hard. Like, you guys have stand-up comedians, right? And people can't talk like that to sound funny and so on. Like, you have that culture, but here we don't have that sort of things. We're so dead serious all the time, and if you don't do a good job in society, you just get roasted. It's, man, Japanese people, we like, I know that the world has the good image in Japanese people, like, Japanese people be nice and treat you well with service, like full of smile and so on. Maybe you do think about us as robots as well, but you know but we are we are so mean to each other. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm so Americanized, and I'm so happy about it because I can be so casual and like optimistic and so on. I don't know how you guys look at Americans, but from my perspective, Americans are such a cheerful people. I like to look at every country by like a protest style, you know like, because it's very symbolic. I've told you this before, but if you compare the styles of protest in each nation, it represents what kind of culture each country has. So for example, European people, especially in Italy or whatever, they are like in blood and it's so artistic, they become the models for the protests. But in and in America, the liberals are like, hey, hey, how, and so musical. And in Japan, we are like, roar, like Hitler, kind of like. We are so like, yes, we're gonna take it back. Yeah, we're gonna take it back. And that's what we do. And Tibetans, by the way, Tibetans are like, ding, and they do the Buddhism thing. It's like, it's really interesting. Like, each country has their own style. Our leftists here do different styles from conservatives, but that's because the liberals here are copying the liberals in the US, so that's why they are more casual and so on. But yeah, and so that's our mentality here. We're so serious, and if you are not enough, then you just get all these penalties from the society or pressures in general. It's bad. Like, I do see all these problems even inside of gaming community too. Like, it's all these kids, right? Just kids playing games together, and they're professionals, and professional people stand out, and they're like a celebrities in the field, right? And they get bashed so much, like, so crazy. That's how we are. So of course, I no wonder why they want to just end it, and they want to escape from whatever they're going through. So yeah, that happens. It's not the same as 9/11, but I do remember seeing the live images of the earthquake and tsunami in Japan. What, in 2011? Yes, the right 11. So like, you guys have 9/11, we have 3/11. So that's yeah. I think they devastating is the word devastating. Like, it's so shocking, and I think it's similar, even though ours is like a natural disaster. The shock level, like, I shouldn't compare, but what it means to the citizens is like that. And someone on Twitter compared 9/11 with like nuclear bombs, but I'm like, that's war. That's a clear war. Like, there was declaration, and of course nuclear bombs. There are lots of arguments to make, but it was at least when we were in a war. But terrorism is terrorism is on a total different stage in politics. So yeah, but yeah, 3/11, the earthquake and tsunami here, it's traumatizing. I still remember I was dating this American guy at the time. He was a liberal too. But anyway, I was not politically awakened yet at the time. So but yeah, I was at my boyfriend's house, and he was just shocked. He was checking, of course he was checking CNN. And but yeah, he was shocked, like us, and we were like, oh my gosh, like our jaw dropped, and we kept staring at the tsunami and all of these houses just being flown away. And Oh man, it was horrifying. Was walking to my middle school library to copy paper. Middle school. For my teacher. The librarian was watching the towers. Ah, yeah. It's so weird looking back. Like we were all like minding our business, and it just happened, and we're like, what is going on? Yeah. There are demonstrations in Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka, and Kyoto on September 18th against vaccine passports. Better show the government if you want them to understand it's better. Who are holding these demonstrations? It's not the conservatives. Probably like religious people? Or is it foreigners? Because conservative people, we are not. I don't know. There are some weird conservatives though, like elderly people. They just since the presidential election in the US, like when Trump lost, since then our conservative community has been weird. Like we are divided. So, but I don't know. From what I know, I don't know. I wonder who is doing that. Like in politics, it's important. We don't look at the movements that are happening because it doesn't naturally happen. If somebody has some kind of intention and hold all these political events, so we always check who is holding, like who is organizing this, and we go from there. So we don't jump on things. And of course, and like especially internationally, things get lost in translation and also in like cultures or society social differences. So just because we are conservatives doesn't mean that we are on the same, we're not totally on the same page as conservatives in other countries. So that's why though it's a miracle, it's such a great thing when we come together. But so it can be tricky. What do the Japanese think of Beijing Biden? Beijing Biden. We do think of Biden as he's a weak leader of the U.S., and we know how he has problems, being old and not. He does talk about all this unity, like he's been saying that since he got inaugurated, but. mm, but yeah, he only talks, but what we want is the leadership and not soft words, right? Because soft words only mean like the weakness in politics. Did I miss a super chat? Oh, patriotic gestalt, thank you. Everything woke turns to by Trump. Oh no. Yeah, I wonder how Trump is doing. He did have some, he did show some commentary. I think I saw on Twitter, but hmm, man, he's isn't it crazy that he's still kicked out from all the social media platforms? Like I want to know the reactions of him like right away, but I don't get to hear that, and that's really, I really miss his times. Yeah, but thank you for your super chat. It means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Oh, I need to go in like 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. I have so many things to do today. Oh man. Man, I want to read everything, but just scrolling super fast. Okay. Let's go down a bit. My condolences on your loss. I lost a daughter when my ex was 6 months along. Oh no, it is heartbreaking at any stage to lose a child. Yeah, yeah, any stage definitely. Adam Krigler is a cool guy. Okay, I should check him out. The guy with the podcast show, right? I could teach him so many things. Uh, some things. Cool. Okay, let's see. Funny how China is clamping down on gaming. Yeah, it is really interesting that they are regulating, um, especially, I think the minors. For minors, I think that the Chinese government is regulating the time of online gaming, and also there was another news that came out recently that said that they will pause the new online games from like coming into China, like for a while. It seems that they're pausing the new ones. So like I'm like, what's happening? China is leading in gaming field. Like their market is so huge and their players are so good, and somehow they're stopping that. So maybe something. My hunch is that maybe Chinese people are talking a lot while gaming. Like, does that have something to do with like uh, control of speech, or maybe that people are just addicted and not studying? I don't know. Oh, hello, Sam. Yoko, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yay. Oh, my father didn't believe my mother when it happened. Yeah. She was convinced she was mistaken. He nearly laughed it up, but then it ate on him. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of PC political correctness, have you seen one of Nobita's video on white girls in Japan and some of the self self entitled complaints about living in Japan? Unbelievable how self some girls are. I don't have to watch the video. I can tell because I used to hang out with foreigners here, especially white people, white liberals to be specific, and they're bad. They're so bad. They think of Japan as some kind of container that they can, like, it's like a gaming world for them, that you go to like you're exploring a new place and they find a new country that's there, but it's just elements, like lots of weird culture and they like the culture, so they're like, yeah, this is my country, I control, like, my cultural values are important and yours are shit. And that's their standard. So man, there's so many of that, so I need you guys here. Some of I think some of my patrons, even, they are trying to come studying in Japan, but this under the current circumstances they're not being able to. But man, we need to win. You're very charming. I dig your broadcast. Oh, thank you. That's such a compliment. Thank you so much. I don't have many exposure though. Like, I'm I think I'm good at what I do, right? But I'm not good at like marketing and so on. And I also had a life coach for a little while, so I got rid of my, I solved the problem of my, what's it called, like approval. Why is it called like desire for approval? I forget. Like I'm totally distracted right now with the phone call my husband just got. But yeah. Anyway. Oh man, I need to go, but there's so many good comments. Back when Rumble 3 came out, America liked Afghanistan because they were fighting the Soviets. Yeah. Big money donor, yes. Super fashion. What? Uh, yeah, I like super fat chat. Um, are there no Japanese comedy clubs? I don't think so. Are there? I don't even know. I only see on TV. Like there are like schools for comedians, but aside from that, I don't know. Like we don't talk or I mean speak, you know. We do weird comedy thing like we do what we call like a role playing and so on stage, but not really like all the speeches and so on. So the culture is so different. America isn't far off in suicide from Japan. Yeah, Japan is 30th per capita in the world in suicide. America is 34 per capita. Interesting. Yeah, I I don't know how American people like you guys are so like highly aware of what's happening in the world and also you have understandings in our country, Japan, but like normal Americans probably have no idea how Japanese people are. But from my perspective, Japan and America are so similar. Like we are on a like our hmm. My husband is going somewhere. I'm like, where? Where are you going? Yeah, it's very similar. Our standards, like financial standards, and also our just living standards in general, it's pretty much the same. And our social problems, like all this political correctness and anti-war propaganda and everything, it's the same. Like it, I mean, we are connected, so yeah. Stand-up comedians in America actually also have a high depression suicide rates. Interesting, interesting. But I when I watch American stand-up comedies, though, I have to prepare my mind. Like it's amazing that I can actually understand the comedy, but at the same time, I need to like prepare so that like when they go political, like I'm ready. Right? Like I know that the majority are not not conservative or on the right side. They are super liberal, and there are so many, especially during Trump administration, that they were making fun of Trump and so on. It's so bad. Like I'm like, these guys don't have a clue what they're talking about. And yeah, I feel really bad for Mr. Trump still. That he's such an open-minded person and he learned all these things from experts, you know. Donald Trump is such an amazing man. Like he listens, and like I think that he knows where he stands, like politically or like knowledge wise. Like he knows his limits, so he knows when to rely on people to get all this information and so on, and he's such a great leader for that. And I can't believe that some, you know, people in the Hollywood or comedy and so on, they don't get it. And if only they were a bit different. Mm, Sorry, I'm just scrolling down. Are Japanese citizens allowed to have swords, or is that not allowed? It is allowed, but it's like a license, I think, that you need to register. Like you need to register your swords. I think our swords were all taken away back in the day. What's the year? I don't. I don't even. It's the time of Hideyoshi Toyotomi, I believe, but yeah, we can't. But it's funny how our mafia people, by the way, they have guns and grenades and everything. All these crazy weapons. I'm like, we're like, especially my city, Fukuoka, or my prefecture, Fukuoka. There are some gangs here, and sometimes we hear the news like, oh, there was a gunshot, or oh, there was a grenade on the street, and we're like, oh, just another day, you know. So crazy. Who needs a grenade? Uh, it's like we're going to a war or something. But they live in a total different world. So, but one of them though was one of the leader of the mafia here, like in Fukuoka Prefecture. He was sentenced to death. So it's without proof. So it's such a bold move by the police. And if you watch, by the way, there's many videos of our police fighting against the mafia type of people, and it's funny that usually the video titles are that we can't tell which one is yakuza because the police is like, "Rah!" They are so like they are so violent police. When they go into the mafia place, they're like, bang, 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 like, it's the police, open up, and they're like, like they do the tongue thing. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, I after I hit 30s, everything is funny. I'm like high on life. I'm crazy. I'm going crazy. Japan needs to rearm fully. Yes, full national compulsory military service for 3 years. Oh, I don't know about our guys here though. If they can endure. Our men today are so weak. Like you guys know me, I'm such a tomboy. Like I thought that I got away with the tomboyness, but I still am, I feel. And yeah, I I am very like strong minded, but not the guys here. Oh man. Like I got married with my husband, but that's because he's like the only guy that I saw who is a man, you know? And others are so like, oh, I'm like, eat meat or something, you know? But I saw, was it Joe Rogan or who was it? I saw somebody talking about how when they were young, the guy figure, like the figures of men used to be like this masculine type of guys, like Bruce Wills, right? His name, the bald guy with like Die Hard guy. He's just saving the day, but today that uh, like movie stars and so on, they're like feminine and so on, like they're scrawny and that sort of thing. So they were talking about it on the podcast one day, and I was like, that's the same here too. But in Japan, though, traditionally speaking, we have had all this like female looking guys that are beautiful too. So, and also our back in our like a bushido days, or what you call like samurai days, there were lots of romance between guys, like a gay gay thing going on, especially in Battlefield and so on, and that sort of stories. I don't think that Christian can handle that, but we are Japanese and we believe in different sorts of values, and Yeah, we like that sort of stories as well. So yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling, and it's like an hour and 10 minutes now. Oh no. Okay. I need to go soon. This chatting with you guys though is so fun that I forget time. Where should I read? Japan's conservatism is still quite liberal compared to Western ideologies like pale conservatism. I don't know paleo conservatism. I don't know that, but yeah, I mean Japan's conservativeness. It's we what conservatives here care about is our national security and our emperor history. So it's not necessarily like the conservativeness that you usually expect, especially from America in America. So like what happens often among us Japanese, like Japanese conservatives, is that we have no idea about economy. We're so good at national security issues, like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that and that, and for that we need these steps, and we know all these things. But when it comes to economy, we're like, what does that term mean? We don't know a thing. There are like, there's this one guy, an expert who is familiar with American politics, and he's connected to the tax reduction people in the US and so on, and he is trying to install the like small government system from America to Japan, and he's fighting so much here, but he's about it. Like there are no other people doing that. He does have a small group, but and he's active online. But it's Japanese people have this weird culture that we're together. We are together, and we don't like changes. So yeah. And what's interesting though is that I think it's because of our conservative that our economy policies from conservative side can be liberal or left leaning. Like it's got big government and it's sort of like socialism type of uh, policies. And that is because we conservatives view our country as a big family, um, and our emperor as a symbol. So like our emperor as a center, and we are big family. So what that means is that we should be all equal, and we should be all able to live, right, and support each other. So it's different from socialism, but I feel like we get trapped in that too, like even those who are on the conservative side. Yeah. Biden is not running the US. Yeah, I agree. I agree, but he is a leader, though. That's how the world views America. So he's a whoever. Like, I think it's like, how should I say? Like he's not a leader. Like we can tell that he's not thinking all these things. Like people prepare for the scripts and decide the policies and so on. Like he's got all these people around him that are working for him. And so it's not like Trump was different, and I bet that Obama was. He had his own agenda too, like his career starting from being an activist and so forth too. But Biden, he's just a politician, and we know that he's just a from man. So we get it, but yeah. Huh. F1 Suzuka Grand Prix was cancelled. Huh. Yeah, it's probably due to COVID. I don't know about it, but I bet that it is. Everybody, we have this phobia of COVID. So, I mean, I do have phobia type of like I am scared too because I don't like even if I could survive, I don't want to get these, is it called side effects, like, or after effects? I don't know why it's called in English, but yeah, you get problems with your tongue and hearing and so on. So I don't want to get that. So, but I'm stuck home all day, so I should be fine. Whatever happens, I'm always home. Did you know that wives in Japan are called kami? Like the same pronunciation as our god. We are the god of our family. So, yeah, we are always home. Okay, anyway, this is getting long, so I should go. Yeah. Hmm? Calling Queen. Huh. Conservative comedian. Cool. I dig Kayvon too. He's super funny. But his political shows are a little cringe, but yeah. You're gonna admit Trump era of comedy had a lot of material. It was an exciting time. Yeah, for them it was easy, right? Remember Catherine Griffin? The beheaded Trump. Like, what part of that is funny though? It's just gross. They're messed up. Something's wrong with them. I've always loved the elephant piece behind you. Would you ever consider selling it? Oh yes. Oh yes. Right now I don't have it. I brought it to my friend's place to get all my art pieces scanned. So yeah, I'm gonna make like a merchandise. I'm not gonna print everything by my own, but usually, like, nowadays you get services that print it for you. So I am gonna do that. And it's a Japanese version though. I should look for some service in English as well. And also, I have an Etsy store, so I can always sell my digital copies as well. But the elephant piece itself, I can sell that too. I have an Etsy store listed in the description box. I think some pieces are still in the store. Yeah, I don't know about the shipping situation now though, and that's why I'm not pushing Etsy right now. Because the last time I tried to send, it was difficult. Like there were some like changes in the shipping too. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Yoko NFT. What is NFT? It's amazing to see you now, Yoko. You've grown so much. I followed you since you just returned back to Japan a long time ago. You were adjusting and growing. You just returned back to Japan? Huh? I've been all, I've been in Japan. What? From some trip or something? Or I've always lived here though. What? Kami like here. Sort of like the same pronunciation as hair. Or God. Kami. Kami-san. Usually you put san like to be polite. Kami-san. Like my kami-san. It's old fashioned though. I don't think that people nowadays use that. But people like older than me, they refer to their wives as kami. Kami-san. Wives are kami. Yeah. Yeah, women are strong. Like feminists should get it that women are treated well. There's this like special like compromise for us always. Mm. Yoko, your English is superb. Thank you. I try. Kami kumi. No, that's kami though, right? Communist, kami. Oh, it does sound like kami, but kami, 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 kami. Huh? Yoko, does Japanese religion see multiple gods, one god, or hierarchy of gods? Many, many gods. Even on stuff like this. When we die, we become kami too. Because that's what Shinto is. In our original custom or religion called Shinto, every little thing has a spirit living in it, and we are a spirit too, living in the human body. And it's difficult. Like the translation is so difficult. Like I think maybe we shouldn't have translated our kami as God, but we don't know, you know. It must maybe it should have been spirits instead. So like there's always this uh difficult part, but yeah, everything has a little like everything is alive basically, and everything has consciousness. The world is now catching up, especially all this those who are denying Christianity and but still spiritual and so on, and like they're talking about the same thing that we have been for hundreds of years, that yeah, everything has a soul or spirit or whatever it's called, and we have to treat everything nice, and when we die we become God. And there are many, and how our country was formed was because there were some gods in the universe, and then some of the gods created, like they did this, like stir the ocean and so on, and together though, and it's like intercourse basically. They did this and then the lands were formed, and then we have another, like, so they came from the above to our world, and blah blah blah. There were some stories, and yeah. We don't have a Bible, but what's close to our Bible is called Kojiki. Kojiki. So that's something that you should check out. Are Shintos against abortion? We don't have a Bible, so it's not like there's a mention of that. But our like conservative people fought against abortion before, so that's why like the controversy ended a long time ago, so we don't talk about it anymore. Like we won. So always found Shinto interesting. Yeah, it is very, it's not like it's different from Western or even Middle Eastern and so on, like religion, like one god religion. It's ours is, it's more like a custom, so, and it's like soaked into our everyday life and our language. So when we lost the war, the during the occupational period, our enemies at the time wanted to dissolve us, right? Like they wanted to stop that religion, and they did ban Shinto for a while. They did have this order to ban Shinto right after the war, but it survived because it's impossible. It's our life, how we live. So yeah, and Shinto is like it doesn't. Other religions in the world, they usually exclude other religions, but Shinto, we just swallow everything, like whatever is fine, like diversity. So we welcome everything, but we also just cherish what we are born with too. Yeah. Yep, yep. Can you be a Christian and Shinto at the same time? Uh, Christian though is Jesus Christ is the supreme. I don't know why it's called, like the position is like sacred and like the top or something like that, right? Sorry, I don't know the right way to express it, but so, and Shinto is tied with our emperor too. It's not that our emperor is a leader or anything. He's a symbol. Like where our emperor stands is that, you know how there are so many gods here, and our emperor, the first emperor, is the one that got the limit of his life in a human body, and the emperor today is the offspring of that, like direct bloodline. So yeah, it's confusing when you think about it. But so I don't know like precisely how things are, but you can technically just like in daily life you can be a Christian and Shintoist at the same time, because Shinto is just whatever. I don't know. Some conservative people might oppose, but that's how I feel. It's like we are proud of our tolerance, so we just acceptation is our culture. So yes, offspring of Amaterasu. Yes, yes. But Amaterasu became like the top god though only during a Meiji era or so, and I believe that it was not natural, like originally like that. Oh, I just support His Holiness the Dalai Lama, of course. Yeah, we believe in Buddhism too. We believe in everything. It's crazy. But anyway, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, 1 hour and a half. I talked a lot, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And for those who gave me all this super chat, I appreciate it so much. And thank you again. And if you can support me on Patreon, yeah. I may be confusing my info. Sorry. Didn't you study abroad in the past and started a YouTube channel after? I remember you went from vlogging about life in Japan, making music, and you now politics. Yes, the career is correct. Vlogging about like my daily life in Japan, and simultaneously music covers or my own music, and then politics. Yes, but I've never studied abroad. I'm a nerd, so I studied my English in school and university, and also simultaneously chatting online and dating American boys. So yeah, I love American English. Americans are so lucky you have this language. No, stay. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys. Yeah, you guys take care too. Like our time is going crazy right now with lack of leadership and so on, and all these countries, including mine, are about to have elections. So like that's when countries are unstable, that's when our enemies are like staring at you, for a chance. So one day you should do an all day 8 hour stream. Oh yeah, that might be fun. I should do some kind of challenge. Yeah, keep the candle burning. Yeah, hammer the room. Man, you guys are using all this interesting expressions which I am not familiar with. Thank you. Oh yeah, art. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have a good night. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cue the outro and go. So thank you guys so much for coming out again, and I will talk to you in a week. Okay. If you miss me, follow me on Twitter at randomiyoko. In the meantime, okay. So have a good night or have a good day wherever you are from. I'll talk to you in a week. Okay. Bye.